everyone. So, I'm Jorge Londoño. I'm an engineering manager at edX, and currently the head of the BTR working group. I'm doing this job, the one in the BTR, for around 2 or 3 months. And I'm going to try to answer a few questions here to basically understand how is an OpenEdX release created. It is a process that we take for granted, or at least I did. And I think it is important to get a glimpse of how is this actually working. So hopefully we are going to be able to answer a few questions here. What is an OpenEdX release? Who is making it? How is that working? And when is this happening? So what is an OpenEdX release? Sorry. Okay, so in reality, OpenEdX repos are continuously being modified by the community as another open source technology. Therefore, we periodically we tag our repos as an official OpenEdX release. And also, it is important to understand that releases are named alphabetically with 3 names. So for now, that's everything you need to know about what is an OpenEdX release. Why do we make this? So the OpenEdX community can share knowledge and improvements more easily when many people use the same stable, consistent version of the OpenEdX code. So that's the first very important thing to understand here. OpenEdX releases create milestones that are easier to talk about and use than the ever-shifting master branches, as I mentioned before. That's always changing. And finally, I mean, of course, if you want to merge something to master, that's a thorough process, but for these specific releases, the process is something the whole community is focused on, so the testing plan here is very complex and very thorough, so that's also important. So when is this happening? Before, as a community, we were aiming to specific milestones to make a specific release. The cons there was that if everything went well, it could take 6 months, as it is the current goal. But if it went south, it could take a year or more, as in some releases happened before. So right now, we are just aiming to make a release every 6 months. It doesn't matter what is in there. Of course, there are some updates we take into account that are basically supporting OpenEdX as it is. But more than that, it depends on what the community is including in this specific release. So I'm going to give you one example here. The current supported version is Olive. And we are aiming to move to Palm very, very soon. That will be released in around 3 months or so. So in April 10, we are going to get our branches cut, which means that from master, we are just creating another branch. Once that is created, we are going to start to execute the whole testing plan. We are going to create a remote server, and the whole community will focus on testing everything that is included there. That will take around 4 to 8 weeks, around 2 months. And after we make sure everything that must be done is actually done and finished, we can announce that release is ready to go. We can tag it, and we can get all the documentation ready. And from that point, the Olive, the previous version, will be unsupported. And after that, we normally identify some minor fixes that must be done. And for that, what we are using is some point releases, which are basically another new tags we use in that specific branch. But those don't get like these big announcements or anything like that, and will keep being the same release branch and the same name as well. So in this case, Palm.2 and Palm.3, and after that, we will go with the queue. So who makes the OpenEdX release happen? Mainly the BTR working group, right? In the BTR, we create and maintain new community versions of the OpenEdX platform for use by the global community. We also manage the software testing lifecycle for new versions before being released to the community itself. So you might want to reach out as well in the following situations. So you want to report a bug or a fix that must be applied for the next release. You want to help us improve the next release as well, but maybe you don't have the experience to do it, so you need some help to get a start going on that. And lastly, if you have the experience, the technical knowledge required to work on the next release, you can do it, and definitely the BTR is the correct place to do it. Oh, awesome. Okay, so what's in it for you and your supported sites if you participate in the BTR process? So firstly, of course, you can contribute to the technology that is supporting your site, sometimes your business, and mainly your initiative, right? And that's, I think, is really cool. Also, you can be closer to the release process, and that will provide you definitely with more information and better tools and knowledge as well to keep your supported OpenEdX installation up to date. Of course, being up to date is important because it is important for your security, for getting the most recent features, and so on. Also, you can learn from the experience of other people that are doing the same job you are doing in your initiatives, right? It is a big team, and it is a team that includes some of the most technical people in the community. So I think it is a great opportunity for you to learn as well from them, and hopefully for you to teach them. And also you get to test and make sure that all the features you are using and your initiative is depending on are working well as well. Sorry. So, what is the call to action here? Firstly, and the easiest one, is that we are having a DevOps working group tomorrow. This session will be at 1:15 at the room 155, which is somewhere close by. Thank you. And also really important, as I mentioned before in the example, we are cutting Palm very soon. So that's happening in around 10 days. So reach out to us and join us for mainly for the testing process. That will be a big bunch of work there, but also and hopefully for the future releases to come. So some reference and points of contact here. I just put it here for you, so maybe you can take a photo of it. Mainly I used the OEP number 10 for explaining this process, and also the great wiki we have for the BTR processes. You can get it in that URL. For the communication channels, sorry, also put it there, mainly the Discuss forums, and also our Slack channel. And if you want to get started, just go to our GitHub, and you will be able to see several GitHub issues to be fixed very, very soon. And probably in 2 weeks, it will be getting very, very, very full of many other issues to solve. So please, we need your help. And I want to take this space for announcing the names of the next releases. We're talking about the Q and the R releases. The community have chosen the Queens and the Redwood. Queens is a very nice tree. I haven't tried the fruit yet, but it seems nice. And the Redwood, of course, it is amazing, very beautiful, and very old tree you can find all around the US. So this is the next objectives we have as a community. Basically, this is it. So thank you very much.